Hello, and welcome to the Cabinets HR podcast. I'm your host, Jason Cabinets. Our guest today is Anna Hoobler. Anna, are you ready to be great today?
I am, Jason.
Anna Hoobler, along with her husband Brandon, are the principals and co-founders of Seattle Benefits Consulting, located in Seattle, Washington. Seattle Benefits Consulting is a hyper-local employee benefits insurance agency serving all of Washington state. Coming from a family of entrepreneurs has given her unique insight, perspective, and knowledge that's been invaluable to her ability to solve her clients' problems and proactively anticipate their needs. She believes that employees are a vital part of every business. Anna created Seattle Benefits Consulting with a vision of optimizing all employer and employee relationships. Anna's positivity and ambitious attitude, coupled with Brandon's problem-solving skills and work ethic, make them a dynamic power couple. Complementing each other's strengths and weaknesses, they work seamlessly as a team to serve not only their family's needs, but their clients as well. Anna Hoobler is a quintessential people person. Empathetic and creative, she truly loves to teach, mentor, and help the people around her. She believes that failure is not an option. Actions speak louder than words, and dreams should always be bigger than your fears. Anna studied business administration, management, and operations at Boise State University. When she is not working, Anna loves to travel, is an avid reader, treasures spending time with her family, and enjoys swimming and kayaking on the lake in her backyard. Anna, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Jason.
You sound like you're doing a lot. It sounds like you're doing your best to do the work-life balance. But I know I'm probably missing some important things you're working on right now. So can you talk a little bit about what you're working on and how your company's doing right now?
Yeah, thank you, Jason. So, really one of the challenges right now and one of our passions is helping business owners kind of navigate and going through some of the challenges right now in the industry with employee benefits. A lot of my clients right now are currently experiencing, certain key issues, especially in the Seattle market right now. We have record low unemployment. So it can cause some concerns with turnover. We engaging a workforce, and how do you engage those employees to help them perform at their optimal results? Productivity. How do we increase productivity? Or attracting and retaining some of the top talents. Those are some of the key concerns that a lot of employers and a lot of my clients have said that they're experiencing currently. And what I found is with small business owners, they are oftentimes challenged or sometimes just frustrated with, how do they compete against large organizations? How do they find and leverage and optimize what they can do for the employees on there. And so really that's kind of our passion with our business, is really coming up with some creative solutions to help small business owners and give them a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Because I feel that they have some strengths that businesses can leverage on those challenges.
So Anna,
some of it, just for
when you hear the word benefits, what comes to mind for you?
Benefits can look in a lot of different forms. I know obviously most people think immediately of major medical insurance, but there's a lot of ways that an employer can offer benefits to an employee. Benefits can be in many different things, and first and foremost, what are their primary values of the business, what's important to them, and how do we transfer that to the employees on there. So it can be anything from major medical to income protection to life insurance, even to education and access. I mean, most people don't think of that as a benefit that they're offering to their employees, but taking the time to allow their employees to be informed, to make crucial decisions for their personal situation can be key.
From experience, do you think most small business owners realize what a great tool benefits can be as far as like retaining and recruiting good talent?
I think they're aware of it and I think they know. I just sometimes think they get frustrated with exactly what strategy is out there. In my experience, a lot of business owners are so busy operating their day-to-day operations. They're challenged with wearing a lot of different hats and trying to leverage as much as they can to optimize their business. They just don't have the time or the energy to really go and find those creative solutions. And that's where a benefit advisor can really come in handy and be key to helping guide that small business owner to save them time and energy and simplify and navigate through that whole process, especially with the complexity that it's become a little bit more today than it used to be.
Yes, exactly. So what would you say is pretty much the most common benefit that you see out there right now?
Health insurance is definitely one of the most common benefits that's out there. But with a lot of small business owners, they have creative ways they can do it, even if they can't offer health insurance. There's strategies out there to do a defined contribution. Even if somebody can't offer health insurance, bring in a benefits consultant and help your employees get enrolled on the health exchange. Most employees just want somebody to guide them and give them access to information and help them with some of those crucial decisions in their life.
Now going to the other end of the spectrum, what's the craziest benefit you've seen?
Craziest benefit. I don't know if it's crazy. I have where they give away a turkey every year to every employee for Thanksgiving time. So I don't know if it's crazy, but it's definitely creative.
Yeah,
So
I've heard that one before.
no, yeah, there's definitely a lot of trends, and people are looking for more and more creative stuff in the marketplace right now.
So your business, do you focus just on small business or any kind of business can come to you get help from you?
Small business, that's really where our heart is at. We can help with large corporations as well. We do have affiliate partners that we can help with, some of their key concerns as well. A lot. It just kind of depends on the scenario, on what they're looking for. If we're not able to help them, we usually have people that we can refer them to. So.
Now moving to something personal,
Mhm.
where's some place you have not yet traveled that you want to go to? On your travel bucket list.
Oh man. I would love to go to Costa Rica, I think is kind of one of my next goals. I've been to some of Europe, but I definitely would like to go to England as well, I think are two that are kind of on my next.
Okay. And do you get to travel as much as you want to?
Yeah, obviously running a business, you still got to come home and run a
Mhm.
business. But that's one of the advantages of being self-employed is a little bit more freedom and flexibility, kind of the one of the reasons we get into small business.
Yes, yes. So
Mhm.
next, Anna, talk about a time that you were successful, what you learned from this success, and what we can learn from this.
um, you know I had a situation recently. I'll talk about it, kind of a case I had that I think it was a great learning lesson for all employers. And this was an employer that could not offer major medical. She owned a restaurant, it was a pizza joint on a limited budget, traditionally has a demographic of employees that can be challenging because of turnover and things like that, and can be difficult to get engaged in any kind of benefit offerings. And so I met with the employer originally and just kind of talked about what her goals were. And it was really quick that she really cared about her employees, wanted to do as much as possible. So what we did in that case is we implemented a voluntary benefit strategy and I told her, she had looked at it before and had seen very little participation. And so I educated her on that. Really, it was her attitude that really could make a difference. She's seen that it was of value. And so I coached her and said, then tell your employees that. Tell her how much this means to you. Tell them what your experience has been. Don't be afraid to say and talk about what you can do. Don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on what you can do and have that positive attitude and be confident about it. And so we did a new meeting. Again, very, very minimal participation before. with the results. And with kind of that change in direction, we've seen the participation go up almost 75% in the group. And really, it was just kind of getting to that key attitude of being able to being proud of what she could do and making available and having access to education and just providing access to resources. Even though she couldn't necessarily pay for the resources, just providing the access meant a lot to her employees, and they took advantage of it.
And I'm sure you get a lot of satisfaction being able to do that too, don't you?
Yes. I love helping small business owners.
That's great. Next, talks about time that you failed, what you learned from this failure, and what we can learn from your failure.
Wow, failure is always a difficult thing to talk about for sure. Early on in my career, sometimes when you get a new client, you're really excited, obviously. And sometimes, though, through the process, you'll start realizing that they maybe have a different perspective or a different agenda than what your experience and what your knowledge knows that will work. Had a case situation where really it was kind of the way they wanted to go about educating their employees on the benefits. They really did not want to take any time to communicate or educate the employees on something they were paying for. Typically benefits can make up to 30 to 40% of somebody's total compensation, and they didn't really want to allow a communication. And I knew that was not a great goal, but because I was newer in the industry, didn't really voice my opinion. I went along with what the business owner wanted. And ultimately, we didn't reach, what their goals were. We really struggled with getting participation. Employees weren't reading their emails and the communication that was getting sent. And it took a lot longer to get everything wrapped up and taken care of. And kind of what I learned from that is, I'm there, having a professional consultant you have them for a reason. They're wanting your experience and your knowledge and your insights on doing this every day to be that consultant and help coach them on what can optimize their results, because this is a huge investment for a lot of businesses. And so really learning to help coach our clients is kind of where to help optimize what their goals and their results that they're wanting, and not being afraid to say, hey, that's a great idea, but that's not going to work, and here's why, was a big learning lesson for me that luckily I learned very early on, and helped out with the rest of my career as well.
So now that you're like more established, are there times where you like maybe disqualify potential customers based on this previous experience?
Yeah, sometimes you do need to turn customers away. Sometimes it's not the right fit. I have learned, finding customers that have values that align with yours really creates for an optimal partnership. If you don't have it and it's not the right fit, you're going to be disappointed. The client's going to be disappointed. You're just trying to put, that old saying of putting a round peg in a square hole. It just doesn't work. And so you have to be true to your values and really take the time to understand what your client's values and what their goals are, and do that kind of at the beginning. I always tell them, I'd rather turn you down now than let you down later.
That's a very good one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Anna, right now you're just focused on Washington State. Do y'all have plans to move out of state in the near future?
Yeah, we do a little bit, some of the surrounding areas on a case-by-case basis, depending, again, if it's on the right. We are licensed in a few other surrounding states like Idaho, Oregon, California, some of the surrounding. But again, we like to under-promise and over-deliver, so we want to make sure that we have the ability to scale correctly to help serve our clients' needs on there. So it is a goal to kind of really be more of the Western territory, but for now, we want to focus close to home. We are big on, education for not only the business owners, but the employees, and a little bit easier to do when it's nearby.
Anna, now you already talked about this a little bit, but expand a little bit on this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how you add value and solve problems.
A lot of how we add value and solve problems is kind of in the initial discovery. Finding out what people's objectives are and what their goals are. What are they looking to do? What is their pain points in their business? What I found, and the reason what motivated me to get in and be a benefits consultant, is I just found so many brokers out there that were just pricing product and just throwing product to the wind and not really making sure that it was the right fit or that it was really solving the problems that that employer was experiencing. Are they experiencing turnover? Are they experiencing, low productivity or unengaged employees? It's a big investment to get into benefits. Of any sort, and it takes time away from the business. And so that's one area we want to make sure that the employees fully understand the employer, the value that the employer is bringing. But it's really kind of finding out and taking the time at the beginning to find out what their objectives are, and then meeting at the end to make sure everybody got their objectives filled and their goals filled, and that they're seeing the results for the investment and what they are committing to.
And next, talk about someone who's helped you in the past and how they helped you.
So I'm going to do a shameless plug here for my husband. Really, I think when you're in a business and you're in an entrepreneur role, having an advocate of any sort is so crucial. And, I really am blessed that my husband is constantly trying to empower me. He's not intimidated by, my leadership and my visions, and but also not afraid to kind of, when my visions get a little too lofty, to help coach me back into reality sometimes, to make sure it's something obtainable and that, that we can commit to it, and really balancing and supporting that. And I think, whether it's a friend or a mentor or family member or spouse, so important to have that advocate for your business, that person that's going to help be your best cheerleader, to help coach you on. And for me, that's, I'm blessed that that's my husband. So.
I have a cousin who went to business with the husband, and they were concerned at first how it affected marriage, and they're like, it's actually made the marriage stronger by doing the business together.
It has, really where our strengths and weaknesses are very different than each other. And when you stop getting frustrated at how they're different or how they do things not like you, and realize that can make an optimal business partner along with a life partner, it just makes for such a great experience that you really can pull from each other's strengths and weaknesses to become a better team than one individual on there. So for us, it's been positive, but there's definitely the challenges some days. I will admit that.
I'm sure there is. I'm proud of seeing you 24/7,
Yes. So just, trying to create that balance as well is key to kind of, again, long-term results on there.
Next, tell us something that most people don't know about you. I'm sure your husband knows, close friends, family, but most people don't know this about yourself.
And this is another person I'll say too, it kind of goes in hand with your last question too. Most people don't know, well, I'm the oldest of 4 children, and I was raised by my mother, who was an entrepreneur herself, is legally blind and has no sight. She actually gave up her license when I was 2 weeks old. And really, one of the best advantages, I ever had in my life is seeing and being raised by somebody that really help persevere through setbacks and hardships and not let things define her. And, she ran a business. They ran a multi-million-dollar commercial construction company. She just did not let having a disability set back her goals in life. She had raised 4 kids. That then enough is a challenge. And so, that would be something that people don't know about me, is kind of having that influence and that background really set me up for success, to not be defined by any setbacks that you have.
That's a great story. And I bet it's kind of hard for you to give up and stop with that, your background right there. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell your mother, hey, I'm going to stop and quit. I can just imagine what she would tell you.
Yes. Yeah, no, she doesn't. In fact, she's actually, they're filming a documentary about her and my uncle because they lost their eyesight as children. And so, yeah, that they're about to be featured. Their life story is about to be documented. So I'm really excited for her on that. But
That's going to be a great story.
yeah.
So Anna, we're coming to the end of our talk. Do you have any, I understand you have something for our listeners.
Yes, I do. So again, kind of with my passion to really help small business owners leverage anything they can and optimize their benefits package, but again, and give them a competitive advantage in the marketplace over large corporations. One of our partners and carriers that we work with is offering a special opportunity right now through the end of the year where we can actually offer every single employee in their organization the option of either a free fraud protection, an accidental death and dismemberment benefit, or a telemedicine option. So this is a really great opportunity that employers can use this and leverage, even if they don't offer any benefits. There's no cost to the business on it, and there's no cost to the employees. And we can help leverage that and get them access to even some benefits on there. Some benefits are better than no benefits, and we can help them optimize that for them.
Thank you for that, Anna. That's going to be really a good use for them.
Yeah, especially with the new Equifax data breach.
Yeah.
So free fraud protection, trust me, your employees are looking for solutions for this right now.
Anna, can you provide us some ways to reach out to you on social media, either LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever social media platforms you might use?
Yeah, so we follow me on LinkedIn under Anna Hoobler, ANNAHOOBLER. You can friend me on LinkedIn. Also, Seattle Benefits Consulting. We have a Facebook page as well as a LinkedIn page on that as well. If you are interested in taking advantage of the promotional offer that we have right now through the end of the year, you can contact me. You can send me an email at anna@seattlebenefitsconsulting.com or visit our website at seattlebenefitsconsulting.com.
Yeah, for listeners, all these links will be on our show notes, just so you know.
Yes.
So Anna, we're coming to the end of our conversation. Do you have any last words of wisdom or advice for our listeners?
Just, never let your dreams be bigger than your fears, and your actions, always make sure they're louder than your words. And, if you want to help make your benefits better, contact us at Seattle Benefits Consulting. We will definitely do everything we can to be the right partner for you.
Anna, thank you very much for being here today. I know your time is valuable, and we really appreciate all of you're doing for us. And to our listeners, thank you very much. We appreciate
Thank you so much for having me, Jason. I appreciate it.
And to our listeners, thank you for being here. And remember to be great every day. Thank you.